Hello everyone. Now you may be asking yourself what day it is. Well, today isn't any specific day. Today, well, it's not even today. But this episode is for the 100th days of vlogging. That's right, as of January 21st. I have vlogged 100 days of just content, honestly. And I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it. It's so nice to just have like some place to go to just put down all my thoughts and feelings, and it's also a fun place to try out some new activities. I'm hoping to bring some new activities coming to the channel in the coming year, but I'm just really excited on how this took off here. Honestly, like, I don't even have very many views or very many subscribers, but honestly, I don't really care. I just like that I get to do something for me. Like, this is my baby and child, so I'm just so happy that I was able to take this up, and I look forward to continue doing it. But anyway, now that all this sappy stuff is out of the way, the special things that I want to bring to you guys is how I do my video content here. So since day one, I've been accumulating more and more stuff to vlog here. So I kind of wanted to go through like all of my things that I got, so that maybe if you were interested in vlogging and you don't really know where to start, there is definitely an easy and cheap way to do so. So I guess let's start with the camera here. Now, I can't really vlog the camera with my camera, so I'm just gonna throw up a picture somewhere around here. But this camera is called the PowerShot SX 740HS. It's about roughly $500. It's a great like starter camera for people who are amateurs like me, because I'm no good at this. I'm just do this for personal pleasure and fun. There are other cameras that you can use if you want to get professional with it. Like, there's $1,000 cameras, but I just don't have that kind of money. And also, with the way the technology has been going, like, there's some cameras on your phone that you can use if you would like to do it that way. You just have to keep in mind of storage space and whatnot. So just kind of pick what you're planning on doing with it. Another thing is, and this goes along with the camera if you decide to go with a camera like this, is that you'll need a oh my goodness, a memory card and a battery. Now batteries typically do come with the camera, but the memory card is something they have to buy separately. So just keep that in mind. Honestly, if I were you guys, just so you don't have to keep going out and buying stuff, I would get the biggest one that you can afford. Honestly, like, I'm still on my same memory card than I started with, and it doesn't show signs of it. Well, no, that's a lie. I filled it up once between 1 to 100 days, so just keep that in mind. And by that time, I had everything that I need stored on my computer and laptop, and to transition the other thing, on my thumb drive. Again, I would get a thumb drive just so you don't clog your computer with just videos and stuff and clog its memory space, and this way you'll have it wherever you go. Again, I would recommend getting the biggest one that you can so you can fit most of everything. This one I have not ran out of memory for, and I store everything except for projects being edited, and even then I have some of them on here because some of the videos are a little bit longer and I have to. But yeah, I have completed videos to upload. I have all the clips. I have songs on here. I have the extra videos. Like, I have basically everything on here, and it has not shown signs of even filling up yet. So get the biggest one you have, and you'll get the biggest return on your investment here. Now you have your camera and you have your storage space. What you're going to need now is a way to put it on your computer. Now, luckily I already had this available, but basically I have like this short USB cable, and I can't quite remember what this is, but the cable will work. I know this camera can do some kind of Bluetooth where it transfers videos and photos, but I thought this was easier, and I already had it, so this I can't even imagine being like more than 10 bucks. Alright, so now we got the stuff on the computer. Now it is time to figure out how to edit it. What I use, and I use a couple different things here. I tried to use the video editing that was already on my computer. It sucked. If you're a Windows user, I would highly recommend looking for other video editing softwares and the ones that are built into your computer, because it really doesn't do anything for you. Like, it doesn't really allow you to add music, transitions, any text. It's very limited. Now, for Mac users, you can use iMovie, so that's something to keep in mind here. But Windows, you're gonna have a lot tougher time. I personally went with Win Movie Maker. I know it sounds like the Movie Maker from back then, and that's discontinued. If you want to get that, you have to literally search for it. And it's not necessarily a bad starting gift. It's just a bad starting movie editor. It's just discontinued, and Windows is no longer sponsoring it, so it is very outdated. The one that I got, I was able to try it out for free, with all the stuff included. The only thing it had was a big watermark, which basically told me that if I really do like this, and spend the money, and you'll enjoy it. So I did spend it. It was about 50 bucks. I downloaded it off the web, and honestly, the only thing about it is that there's one glitch where if you try to transport clips onto it like directly, like clicking and dragging, it'll crash. But other than that, I haven't seen like any problems with it. It'll get the basic stuff done. It doesn't do like the too advanced stuff, but it has basically everything that an amateur would want to use: text, music, speed, transitions, anything that you can use. So definitely one to use for. And that's how you basically start up your vlog here. You got basically everything you need. All you really need is that YouTube account. Totally free. You can monetize it if you want to, but I don't right now because of reasons. But yeah, it's a good way to start somewhere. Along the line, you're gonna find, as you start getting into it, you'll get into your own groove, and you'll start to see like what kind of segments you like, and you'll probably start buying some additional add-ons. Now, I certainly did so. One of the first things that I got was, I can show it right here, a stand, so you can put your camera on and you can keep it in motion while you're doing your thing and recording it. Very handy when it came to especially like the recipes. I'm probably be using it for other things, like for this video. I'm gonna show you how I make videos and whatnot. And that totally changed the way that some of my videos are presented. And after I started doing that, I realized, wow, because of this, I can do a whole lot more than just putting music on there and just doing clips and whatnot. I decided to start doing full-on recipes because of this, because I'm able to, as long as I can speed up, and I'll show you how to do all this. But for that, I needed some kind of audio equipment, so I can get my voice recorded without the use of this camera. And that's when I got, and this is going to kind of show a lot more here, but that's when I got this Blue Yeti. It's about 150 bucks. It is very good to use in terms of easy setup here. It's not the most advanced thing, but it will get the job done. It has 4 functions on it, depending on what you want to try to do. And it has gain. Now, I had to research gain a little bit because I had no idea what it was. I'm probably not going to explain this very well, so I am terribly sorry. You can look on the web and it will explain it much, much better than I can. But you know how volume is the sound that outputs? Well, gain is the sound that is inputted. This is how the microphone receives sound and how loud it's going to be. So, yeah, probably sucked at that explanation, and hopefully that will help you guys, help you understand a little bit more. But basically, if the sound comes out and it's too grimy or something, or too soft, it means you need to adjust your gain. But anyway, yeah, and then also on this side, it has a mute button, it has your volume button. Pretty simple. And the way that you plug this in is actually through a USB. So you can plug it into any computer. And it also has an audio jack, which brings me to my next part of this, is that the next couple of add-ons I got after I got this Blue Yeti, like it did, like my audio sounded way better, but I felt I could do even more better than that. So I got this foam microphone. It costed like $7. I even showed this on like a previous vlog here. $7 to get this. I also got a pop filter, so it doesn't sound like me spitting into the mic. This costs about like $35. So, and then also to help me so that I just listen to it for the audio jack, I got these headphones here. I completely forgot what these are called. Maybe I'll put something on the screen here to show what they are called. But that helped me. This helped get the audio equipment started, and it was relatively cheap. I got the foam pop filter and the headphones, and it was under $100. So, and it works decent enough for what I'm trying to do. Okay, so that's all my external stuff. Now, what I'm going to show now is how I actually go about editing videos. Now, keep in mind that this is not like a one solid way of editing. Like, honestly, just get started and just edit until you like a finished product. And even if it doesn't turn out as good, like, just keep going for it. That's like the biggest tip that I can do. Like, I'm still learning new stuff and my videos are getting better each day. But right now I'm just gonna throw some tips and tricks that you can use for the video editing software I use. Again, that's Win Movie Maker. So that if you guys use that, you guys can get like a head start and know what certain functions do and what certain functions don't. And I'm still learning stuff on this. Maybe I'll do like another update video like next year. I have no idea. It just depends on how this on how the year goes and what I learn with this vlogging. So thank you so much for watching the external stuff. Now let's go inside my computer and I'll show you how I edit videos. Okay, so I think we're set up here. I'm gonna have to check here after this recording. I'm just gonna do a quick test run here, but this is basically on my computer. I'm gonna just show you how I edit my videos. The first thing I want to talk about is your flash drive. So I have mine plugged in. Mine's just simply called Vlogs. And I have it separated here based on what each specific category is. I have my specific one for when I do clips straight from my camera. When I complete editing, I'll have it saved in there. And then I have my extra stuff, which is just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, such as like intros and vlogs, stuff being edited, the different songs that I saved from YouTube so I can access them later. This kind of came with it, so I didn't really want to mess with it just to be sure that my flash drive was working, so you might have some extra stuff here. And you'll see this with my completed videos to upload. When I got into clips, I actually separated out by date. This way I know which clip came from where. I would highly recommend you organize it, especially if this is going to be like a long-term project for how you're going to be editing videos and whatnot. So I have it separated by week and then by day, and then I have all my clips. Now, as you're starting out with your clips, I would definitely start kind of naming them so you have an idea of what they are, like clip 1, clip 2, clip 3. Once you start to kind of get the hang of it and where each clip is where, you can just leave it there. As you kind of see here, I can even go to my recent one. My recent one's here. I'm not really sure how many clips are in this one, but it's the same name, but I can tell what order it goes in. But you might want to name yours so you know exactly where each one is going to. Okay, so now we have our file drive set up. So now we're ready to start the actual editing process here. Now, I would show this here, but I don't have enough USB ports. So you're just gonna have to trust me on this. The first thing that I do whenever I start anything, well, I mean, the first thing I do is check on the channels first to see how it's doing, but
especially if it's your first time out, you're not going to really have anything to start with. So after that, I typically go ahead and start moving all my files from my camera, and I put it on, and I go ahead and just put it all on the flash drive. Now my camera is starting to become a little bit finicky for whatever reason. It's just something where I have to be very careful on how many files I drag into there. It could be just because of storage space and everything and how much you can do at once. But once you get everything in there, and I typically do about a week, I would typically set some kind of deadline up of, hey, I'm going to take this day to edit. So I typically do a week's worth. I've chosen Thursdays basically, or Wednesdays or Thursdays depending on what I'm doing, and then I just start cranking them out. Now I'm the one, once I sit down and start working, like, I can't stop. Now some of you guys might have I don't want to say a shorter attention span, but might have like a shorter work ethic, so you guys might be doing 2 or 3 videos. I can crank out 6. One day I did like 12, which was insane even for me. But whatever you do not overexhaust yourself. Take it slowly at a time. Maybe you guys do weekly vlogs as opposed to daily. It's just depending on what you want. But anyways, once you get all that settled, then we can start with putting everything together. So you would go ahead and open up your movie maker. I've already done so with mine. It actually has last video's clips on here, so let us delete all of that. Maybe. There it goes. Okay, so now we're just going to pretend that we're on day 1, so you have no content. So you're not going to have this intro and outro. Unless you do some kind of fancy like text kind of thing, I would just start without an intro, just so you can kind of get a feel of what your vlog is going to be like. So I'll just pretend I'm on day 1 here. So I'm going to import media. Once you go to your media button right here, and it's going to search through your computer. Now this is where having your vlog chip in very handy. Now I purposely saved one day's videos, which is why you haven't seen one of my videos, only one of my videos for the week of the 18th. Actually, this isn't the right folder. The 18th. This was MLK Day. So I have all my movie folders. Now the way that I can tell is because of the last number here. It says 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I was able to recognize it. But you guys again might want to start off by saying, okay, this is clip 1, clip 2, clip 3, just so you can start out until you recognize it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring in all these movie files, and then it should be in your preview. Might take a moment, especially because I have a lot of clips on this one. Okay, so I have a lot of clips, so I'm still pretending I'm on day 1. Now, let's say this is a weekday that's not a holiday. I'm just doing like a quick rant on how my day's going. I would move in my... Well, actually, before we even start that, let's start with what these are. So your main movie track is going to be where it says main. Like, this is the main video. It's going to be a standstill. This is what your video is going to follow. Right here is transitions. You can only put transitions in here, and you can only put like photos and videos on main. This will be your audio track. So any sound, music, audio, this will go down here. This will be your text track. So any writing or anything you want to put on there, it'll specifically go in here. And this pip, I did not understand for the longest time on what this stands for. It actually stands for picture in picture. So what that basically means, and I'll go more in depth in this soon, is that you can put like a video or even a photo while your video or photo is playing on the main track. But I will get more into that in just a moment here. Now on a simple day, so I would just have my little rant here. I'm pretty much always gonna have like a little rant, and I'll put it in there. And then done. We have our video, and this will be your preview right here. So now let's add some text. I want to say what date is, and I am typically good about this, but there are a few days. What I can do is I can go to text right here, and I like to use the fade-in caption. There's no like fancy bells or whistles, but feel free to peruse over here. Maybe you find something that you like. And this date is the 19th, so I'll just type it in. January 19th. If I can spell. The way that my setup is right now is a little bit awkward, so I can't see what I'm typing. But I manage. Alright, now it's typed in. And if you want to put in more, you can double click it. And everything you want to edit your text with is up here. The layout, the font, the color, the opacity. I have no idea what this is. I think this is, oh, this is just animation, what you want it to do. You can only have one animation. I guess you could save this text for whatever reason. I never do that. And that's the preview, as you clearly saw. And I never pressed that button either, so I didn't even know that was going to happen. So, anywho, you can also move it around with this preview window. So, I mean, this looks great right here. Cool. Alright, so now the text is done. Now, this thing needs a little bit of music here. So, typically, I would go on to, if I don't have, we're still pretending we're on day 1. I typically go onto YouTube. And I just created my account. I do have 1% subscribed to that isn't music, but the only subscribers I have on this account is just music for me. So I would recommend Audio Library or Audio Library Plus. Those songs are typically copyright free, and you would pick one. So let's see how this sounds after this ad. And after this ad, okay, this sounds pretty good. I like it. You can kind of skip through it a little bit, see how it sounds, but it sounds like it's going to kind of be constant here. There's like no like hidden drops or anything. So, okay, I like this one. Well, let's go ahead and go on with it. So, we're going to do a quick download here. Free download. Download. Now you might have to create a Spotify or SoundCloud account, and you might have to put in a comment. But I already have a Spotify account, so now we're just going to continue with it. I will continue with Facebook. Download, and it will start. Cool, now that's in. So now it is in my downloads folder. So typically when I have something like this, I will immediately go to my folder, go to downloads, and there it is. And I will immediately put it in my songs. That way I will always have it with me no matter where I'm at. Cool, now it's in there. So now let's go ahead and add it. So music, import audio. Okay, and then we're gonna go down to our songs, and as you can see, I have a lot of songs already that I picked up. Every week or two, I find 1 or 2 new songs to put on here. So, and I have it modified by date. And I especially find some typically when they're longer videos. So let's go ahead and add this. Now this is where the crash is. I'm not gonna show it for you because I don't want it to crash. But if you click and drag onto here, your thing is gonna Win Movie Maker is gonna crash, and it's gonna close out and force you to exit out. So don't do that. Just go ahead and either click open or double click it. I didn't even put that in the, well, I did actually, never mind. It'll be in my music from right here. So now you can drag it. This is just a preview, so now you can drag it. And as you can see, it's a bit longer than what we want here. So let's just go ahead, and you can drag it from here, and I can even show you in a little bit. But easiest thing to do is just trim and just get it to like that, so now it's easier to see. And if you go to the end right here, you can actually drag in and do it. Cool. So now it's good. So now let's kind of listen to it. Alright, the music's a little bit loud. So there's an easy way to edit that. What you do is you can right click, and you can click edit fade, and you can adjust the volume on it, the speed on it. I typically don't mess with the speed. Audio fade in, so when it starts you can have it gradually come in, and audio fade out, where you can gradually fade out. So we're gonna set that to 10 because it was really loud. That's my typical go around is between 5 to 15, so maybe even 20 depending on how soft the song is. And I typically do about 10 seconds or 2 seconds depending on where it begins and how it ends. So now it should be better. Now let's listen to it. Alright, that sounds a whole lot better. So, now we have a simple movie here. This is how your vlogs are going to start off with. You might have multiple clips more than this, which is how I start off with. You'll just keep adding it on, and you'll find out more ways to do things like that. And that is the basic of how you're going to be editing vlogs. In the next clip, you're going to see more advanced techniques that I picked up along the way. Okay, so now that we know the basics of how to create a video, let's start getting to the advanced techniques. I would strongly recommend that you get a grasp on the basic techniques before coming into here. Once you start getting a few videos in and have a few ideas on where your vlog is heading, then you can start playing with some things like I did here, and you'll start to figure out what you kind of want here with your vlogs. But anyway, here's a few things that can get you started here. So this is what we had previously. Well, actually previously we didn't have this in here. But now this is what we had previously. So now, where should I even begin here? Well, let's first pretend now that we're in a few videos and we now have our intro, which is this one right here that I have. So if you want to put in an intro, so that is where most of your juices can flow here, and I'll show you all the techniques that you can use to create it. But there's an intro right there that you can use, and then typically I put in a transition here. Now the way you put in transitions so you can move to clip pretty easily is you click on transitions, and then you'll select the transition you want. Like for this one, I typically like to use crossfade. There, and now you have your transition. So now you'll see this. All right, and that is how you basically add a transition. Now, if you're not really sure what transition you want to go with, or you don't really care, once you get all your clips and your video is pretty much ready, you can just click random to all and it will assign a transition into every spot that it can put in, which is what I typically do sometimes. It will not overwrite any transitions that you already put on there though, unless that was what was pre-generated. Alright, now let's add in some content. Like we have a little blurb, but since we had more stuff to do on this day in particular, we have more clips to add. On January 18th, I almost said February, January 18th, this was MLK Day, so I had a day off, and I worked out with John Anderson. So I got a few clips here that we can use, so let's go ahead and put it in here. Okay, perfect. Alright, and then we can add like a transition again so that there's a smooth. Let's just go with that one just because it's the first one. Alright, and now we are starting to work out with John Anderson here. But typically with these kind of workout videos, I like to make it more of a montage. So I like to just take out the music, and I like to just put music to it. So how you take out the video is by simply doing this. Let's get rid of this. This doesn't mean anything. you would right click onto the clip here, make sure that it's highlighted yellow, and then you'll click on remove audio. Cool. Now, especially if we drag this out, you will see John working out there. So cool. Yeah, he's really pumping that iron there. Alright, cool. So now you got our first clip on montage going. You would just keep going and going and going. Now, my workouts typically... Okay, that's something I need to look at later. Don't look at that. This is typically... Oh, now I just lost my train of thought. Thank you for that. Typically a workout for me is about half an hour to an hour. So that's a lot of clips there. And technically I don't film all of it, but I don't want half an hour videos or even an hour video. Like, that's too absurd for like a vlog. So what you can do, if you want to include all of your clips here, but don't want to make a half an hour episode, is that you can use the PIP function. This is simply stand for picture in picture. So, oh look, I'm working out right here. Now instead of getting it added to the main track, you can put that right there. Where did it go? Oh, it sent me back to the beginning here. Remove audio from this one. And you'll also see right in the... Oh, I see why I can't remove it. It wasn't highlighted. Remove audio. You can also see that I am now taking up the screen, but it looks like I can readjust it. And now you can see John in the background there. And if you play it, not only is John working out, but I'm also working out as well. But wait, what if I want to add in 3 PIPs? Can we do that? Actually, the answer is yes. What you can do here is, if you notice right here, there's this big plus symbol. If you click on that, not only can you add in more PIP tracks, but you can also add in more text tracks if you want to add multiple texts, and multiple audio tracks. So we want to add in another PIP. And look, let's see. Oh, here's John doing some lunges here. Let's put in that here. So now, not only can John do some squats, but you can also see me doing squats, and you can see John doing lunges all at the same time. So let's watch that. Oh, wait, forgot the audio. Need to remove that. Wow, that's a lot of working out. I'm also bulking just looking at it. Anyway, so that's how PIPs and PIPs is a good way to start getting those creative juices flowing in order to get that really edited in project. If you're into something like that, those take a while. Like, it took me, like, I used a lot of PIPs in my intro and trailer, and it took a good 6 hours to make. So just warning you, it can be done and it can look good, but it is going to take a while. Alright, anyways, now would be a good time to show motion. Motion is animation that happens with your photo or video that affects it. You can use this for your main track. I like to use it for PIPs, mostly just because they're like added on. But let's say we don't want this just to just appear. We want to make an entrance of this. So this is a pretty simple one. What you do is you pick your motion, and you can just add it in. And when it's in the video clip in this box right here, it is in motion here, literally. So now let's watch it. Pay attention to the top left here. Look at it go down! Woo! And it does that. So as you can see, when you're combining like PIPs and motion, you can get something like my intro or trailer there. I don't do a lot of those because they do take forever and a day to use. But I definitely use a lot of PIPs at least. Okay. I mean, I can go over these really quick here. I don't really use them. Effects, you can just, I don't know, kind of, I still don't even know myself. You can make it a different kind of like style. I don't like using them just because I like to retain the original image there. You do an overlay, like if you want to add a border. I tried messing with these once and it just did not work for what I was trying to do, but you can. So if you do this, I guess it would have to be a PIP. Un momento. We're just gonna get rid of this one since this one didn't do anything. We're gonna put this right here. Now you have a border. That actually doesn't look half bad, I'm not gonna lie, but I still don't like using them a ton. And then you have your elements, like if you just want to put a picture in there. I don't like it enough to use it, but it's there if you want it. I know some people like these, I just really couldn't care less, unless I'm actually texting somebody. Anyway. So that's your basic functions right there. Well, let's see, what can I do next? I guess I can explain these. I don't mess with these too often. There's not a lot of these that I use, and I'm still learning it, but you can set a time code. You can freeze frame it. You can add a mosaic. I think that's just... Oh wow, I really have no idea what this is. I have no idea what this is, so I can't teach you this. Just keep playing with it, I guess, and I'll probably play with it myself. You can crop the image. This is green screen if you want to go like live. You can also get motions from here. What's this one? It's how you can trim a video. Another way is if you don't want to right click, add text. This one, you can set different properties of a different video. Like I'll show that to you in just a second here. You can rotate the image. You can remove it, duplicate it, and here's your undo redo. Now this also can let you change the settings here. And I did it again. I did this on the first take as well, and I guess I can't learn. Every time you move the scroll button, it'll mess with that, so let's put that back to 0. If you're into like photo editing and making sure you have the best picture, this is where you're going to want to go to. I could care less. I think these normal settings are just fine, so I typically leave that alone. You can have it fade in and fade out if you wanted to, just like on the music, except it would be with just the image. And this is what I use for my recipes all the time, is you can also set the speed, so you can make it go really slow. So we're gonna make John Anderson really work hard here. Look how slow it is. Look how much thought is put into each moving part here. He's really has to work for it. Whereas you can also, as much as 4 times the speed on this, make it go really fast. So while John is taking his sweet time, look how fast he's working out up there. And this is how I do most of my cooking recipes. Most of my cooking recipes, they take about a half an hour at least. And I don't like half-an-hour videos very long, so I typically speed it up and talk over it, so that way you guys can still see everything. But it doesn't take a half a century to watch. Cool. And the last things that I noticed here is this over here. You could take a photo of the current image right now, so let's say for whatever reason you like it when it's halfway down the screen. You can take a photo of it, and it will appear in media and in an image. It'll be right here. It might also save to your computer too. I couldn't really quite tell you. You can, I think this is screen recorder. Yep, you can do that as well. I'm not going to press right now because I'm screen recording right now, and that's how you can see this. But it's there if you want it. You can just record the audio only. So like if you have a mic like I do, you can record. You can, if your computer has a built-in camera, you can use that as well. I don't like using it because my built-in camera sucks, so I'm using. And you can set the background color. So you saw it was red before. Let's change it to black, wherever that is. I think I'm colorblind because I can't tell if that's black or royal blue, but whatever. We'll set it to that. So now it's black. Right, and that's some of the advanced techniques that I know. Honestly, those are more so just like tips than what you need to create a video. So with those techniques, I would just kind of play around with them until you find your style and your groove for it, and just kind of mess around with it. You'll be able to create interesting segments on there, like my recipes and my workout videos, and you'll come up with anything else. So the next clip you're going to see is me actually exporting to YouTube, which should be a shorter clip because it's a lot easier. But yeah, otherwise, I'll see you on the next clip. Alright, and now we're on to the last part of this, which is actually uploading your content to YouTube. Once you have created your video file, now it's time for the magic to happen and to actually post it on your channel here. So we're on my channel here, the Big Money Vlog. So when you're ready, go ahead and click on Create. This is when you're done exporting it, by the way. Click on Upload Video and you'll select Files. And it will search through your computer. You'll want to find yours, so we're not on the right one yet. Ours is on the 18th, so let's go to here. We'll click on today's date, which is the 23rd, just to date this video. And look at our file right there. So you might be asking, why didn't you just name it here? Well, because I feel like it's a waste of time. And as long as I know what date it is, then I know which one to put in. So I don't title it right there. And then you'll come up with this screen right here. You will add in all of your stuff here. So our title, I typically try to find something punny here. I know the last video I uploaded was me making soup, so I don't remember what movie it was, but there's a famous actor line where it's like, no soup for you. So I changed it a little bit and said, some soup for you. So, I don't know, just some witty humor there. You can do whatever you want, honestly, if you want to be cut and dry, if you want to be funny with it, if you just want to put in part 1, day 1, you're more than welcome to. But typically I start off with this, I put in the date, so January, this was the 18th, 2021, colon, quotations, that's the word, and then I put in my title there. So this one, I think, what should this be called? Well, let's just make this one simple. Since everybody loves leg day, we'll put in leg. If I can spell. I really can't type because the microphone's right in front of my keyboard. Day. And since we're with somebody, for this time I'll put with John Anderson. Cool. And then we'll put a description. Today it's time for a workout. Anderson. And then you could choose a thumbnail here. Now keep in mind that mine's still uploading, so this will be an option until you're done. And I like to keep mine in playlists. Right now I have 3. One is just all of 2020. Extras is any extra videos I do. So this video is probably going to end up in extras, to be quite honest. And 2021. So since this is in the year 2021, let's put in that one. And then you have just, this is like YouTube's like actual like not copyright, like legal law. We have to let them know if this is meant for kids or not. I always just select no, just on the off chance. That way at least parents know, because I mean there are a few videos of mine that do have swear words and, you know, more grown up kind of stuff, so I just put mine a no, just so that to warn kids, to warn parents, like, hey, this may contain explicit content. Okay, video elements, we will discuss this in a bit when everything's all processed. I can't do anything with it right now though. Next, I want this to be public for everyone to view. It's up to you if you want to unlisted or private, if you just want to keep it hidden for only certain people. If you want to, you can schedule a date to make this video public. I don't typically like doing that. Maybe I'll mess with it some other time. And that's it. You click publish. Now there are some stuff I like to do with this that happens after everything is done. So I'm just going to do a quick cut here and we'll come back when it's done processing. Okay, now we're back. My video I think is done uploading here. So now I want to do some extra stuff here. Now keep in mind that this isn't a YouTube tutorial here. This is just how I create my videos, and this does count towards my video, but I guess just to give you a quick thing, once you're on your videos, if you want to edit at any time, you can just hover over your video and you'll click details. Cool. Yeah, that's a pretty good thumbnail right there. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to show you guys these two buttons here. One is cards. I don't necessarily have a card here to show you, but you can use this to link videos with other videos in the middle of a video, if that makes sense. So it is definitely there for you, and they can just click on the thing up on the top right and they can direct them to the video that you're referring to. And then on the end screen, this is the one I use pretty much every video now since I have an outro. You can choose something that you can use at the very end of your video, and you can promote some of your content here. So you can do 2 videos, you can do a playlist and a video, you can do a subscribe button video and a playlist, same here, just different layouts here. I already have one kind of preset here, so I'm going to do that here. And what I did is I use one video for my most recent upload. I do a playlist for the current year, so this is 2021. The only time I didn't do this is the first week of 2021 when I didn't really have any 2021 videos, so I just used 2020 for that week. But then after that, I switched to 2021 and then subscribe to me. Alright, and now that it's here, actually this did not import correctly, so we're going to have to change this. Let's go ahead and move this up all the way up here where the end screen is. I don't know why it didn't import correctly. Typically it does. Try to go where the screen goes dark. And now we can save. And now it should be on there. So let's go ahead and see the end result for that. So go ahead and view this in YouTube. Then we're going to go to the end here. Okay, so I messed up on this video. I'm gonna have to re-upload it for whatnot, but that's basically how you do it. I'm not really sure what happened there, but now that it's on the end screen here, we're good to go. Now I know what happened here. Okay, so I messed it up here, so I'll have to redo it. But that's basically how you make a video. So I do appreciate you guys watching this. Now what you're going to see is me making this video. It's going to be a little bit off because I made a mistake in there from what I'm going to be doing in the next 20 minutes or so. And then after that, that'll be our 100-day of vlogging episode special. So I do appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to leave any comment on how this video has helped you, or you can leave a comment on if you have any comments for me. If you have any questions or you have any ideas, I will be sure to ask you if I can use them, obviously. But just kind of give some feedback, or just leave some comments on how this helped you. So I really do appreciate you guys. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys for the next video.